Hi everybody, this is Shaylon. I'm with all of you for Motivational Monday. Sorry, I had food in my mouth. Today is going to be quite a day. Reason being is because I've had so much happen just on this Monday. For one, I woke up, went to the gym. You know, that's the typical stuff, right? The morning stuff. And I found out my WordPress account blog has now 500 plus followers, so I'm happy about that. That's awesome. I have a lot of subscriptions, but my following is growing, and I'm very, very, very proud of myself and very thankful for the people that choose to follow my blog and have given me feedback and have just been there, you know, since day one, or are now jumping on the bandwagon. I appreciate it. Thank you. Let's see. I PR'd today in the lat pull down. I'm at 120 pounds. Before, you know, I was at 100 for a while. So I PR'd. That's good. Hey. Today I was told it's National Chest Day. Didn't really know that. I guess I don't get on Twitter 24/7. I try to get on there as much as I can to talk, you know, to reply back to people, but I don't get on there as often, I guess, because you know, I didn't know that. And if I had known that, I probably would have done some more chest workouts just in reflection of the National Chest Day. So that's cool. So get your chest gains in. Don't be like me and not pay attention to all these random holidays and certain days of the week. Happy Halloween. I'm not in a costume. This is my real face. Seriously, though, happy Halloween. I hope everybody has a safe candy eating day. If anything else, like I said, just be safe. It's one of those holidays people tend to crazy. So just be on the lookout for any crazies that you need to stay away from. I didn't dress up this Halloween. I did go to a haunted house this weekend. That was pretty amazing. I was scared as usual. You know, I always go in there like a tough person, like, these people are gonna scare me, and I come out like, oh my gosh, that just rocked my world. So it was a good, you know, it was a haunted town hall, a real haunted town hall, not just something somebody made up to make you feel scared. It was real, and it was cool. So I thought it was amazing. Let's see. I had a podcast interview. I don't know if any of you pay attention to my blog or not, but I had a podcast interview for a talk show radio with David Snape, and he just now published it today. Woo! So not only is it Halloween, but my podcast just got published. Woo! He interviewed me. It was very nerve-wracking. Let me tell you, my voice in that thing sounds creepy because I was nervous. Very, very nervous. I didn't know what questions he was going to ask me. Thankfully, they all had to do with fitness and health, the stuff that I went to school for and know about, but, you know, and write about. But still, it was nerve-wracking. I was like, oh my gosh, all these people in the world are going to hear me. But it was fun. It was fun. Thank you, David. Big shout out to you. You've been amazing. If anybody wants to get interviewed for any purpose that is appropriate, feel free to get a hold of me. I can give you his email per his permission, and or send you to his blog for following. He would appreciate that. He loves giving interviews. He loves putting people on his podcast, radio, and his music's always great. I loved how it was just like, ooh, really cool. So good job, David. That was amazing. Thank you. Today is Motivation Monday. We're probably wondering what my topic is, huh? You guys are probably going to come to a point where you're like, is she ever going to run out of topics on camera? Because I put on Twitter, if any of you follow me, which if you don't, you should, that I always think of my topics like 5 minutes before I hit record button, which is not a good idea. Do not be like me. Plan your stuff out. This is what happens when you're like me. You ramble until your topic just pops in your head. This is why my videos are always longer than like 4 minutes. Today's topic is being fragile. Oh, that's weird, right? Nobody talks about that in the fitness world. Nobody cares about being fragile. We're strong. Why do we care about that, right? Well, reason why I say that is because this has to do with fitness. Great. Being fragile. So many of you probably don't think much of this, but some of you that I've viewed, that I've seen in person, or that I have come in contact with, have been fragile, okay? And what this means is you take any kind of constructive criticism, actually, you take any kind of criticism, mostly constructive criticism, way too seriously, and you get offended, okay? Most fitness people, not most, all fitness people tend to think that they know more than the next fitness person, okay? I don't know if any of you guys have noticed this, but so many people in our field get on camera, have a blog, have a radio show, and they think they know more than the next fitness person. They think my answer's right, your answer's not, I get gains, you look like a bird. People just don't understand that we shouldn't be really competitive. We should just kind of have our thing. We're all going to have different thoughts and opinions on what works with one client versus another client. But oh my gosh, this field is full of fitness crazed people who all think they're right and are not willing to listen to anybody else's thoughts, opinions, criticisms, anything. It's kind of like, I'm right, you're wrong. I went to school, you did too, but you're still wrong. It's like, come on now, people. I know it's crazy, right? Because you wouldn't think I would notice something like this. Most people probably don't, but now I'm bringing you down, okay? Yeah, so for example, you know how we watch videos on Instagram or YouTube and we see somebody doing an exercise and we think, him or her's form was a little off. She's not doing that exercise correctly. He's going to get injured if he keeps doing it like that. Some of us are like that because I believe form and technique are very important. I mean, I'm not going to crack down on you at the gym, although I typically laugh at people who lift more because they don't want to use correct form or technique. But that's none of my business, though. Sipping that coffee. So me being who I am, because I'm definitely not stupid and I'm aware of these things, and I went to school and I graduated and I know what good form and technique is and exercises, points out the obvious to somebody. To somebody. And I wasn't doing it in a, I'm better than you aspect. It really was small and probably petty in a sense, because it was kind of like I could have just let them, keep doing it the way they were doing it and just been like, the hell with it. But I was just being nice. I just pointed out that they needed to fix the way they did their squat because they were kind of leaning a certain way, and I didn't know if that was because they had a prior injury or whatever, so I was kind of asking questions, Well, they got offended, okay? They got offended, first of all, because a girl corrected them, and second of all, because they didn't think I knew what I was talking about. It's like, okay, sure, backing up, I'm not going to argue with you. If you believe you know what you're doing, then you probably know what you're doing. And this is what really made me laugh. They went into their credentials. Like, I'm a personal trainer, blah, 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 with the blah, blah, blah. And it's like, yeah, and so is the rest of the freaking world. What more do you want? I mean, sure, you can have as many credentials as you have. Doesn't mean you're perfect. But that's the problem. Us as fitness people, whether you have a degree or whether you're just somebody who likes to work out, or whether you're a personal trainer like the rest of us, then, yeah, if you're like any one of those, you have to learn to take constructive criticism, okay? That is part of our job and our part of learning, okay? We don't just walk into the gym and be perfect all the time, okay? You don't just do a video and expect people to all love it and to say you did amazing and not nobody catch anything that you could have done better, okay? That's just part of life. It's constructive criticism. It's not me, knocking you, and it's not Joe Blow knocking me. There are times where I've done something horribly in a workout, horribly, embarrassing, and somebody's, said, hey, why don't you do it this way? And I'm like, oh, cool, thanks. Yes, it's embarrassing, duh, but that's how I learn. That's how we learn in our field, by making mistakes. So instead of being fragile, that's where this whole thing gets into play. Instead of being fragile, you should take your constructive criticism and use it. It doesn't mean whoever's telling you that is always right. It doesn't mean that their credentials are better. And it doesn't necessarily mean that they know more than you. But a lot of times when people give you that kind of criticism, they're hoping that it will help you excel in whatever you're trying to excel in. Whether it be a certain exercise, whether it be in your job, whether it be in, anything really. Some people sure give you criticism and it's them hating all the time. Okay. Those people block out. They're just going to do their thing no matter what. But then there's other people like myself who are not hating, don't really care, who are just out there just giving you a little bit of tidbit. That's it. Not trying to run your life over with a car, not trying to do anything wrong, just trying to help, to give you a little nudge. And you want to go crazy psycho because you don't think I know what I'm doing, especially since I'm a female. That's another YouTube for the books. Females and me being in this field. Yeah, I will be talking about that separately. But for this moment, we're going to stay on topic, which is being fragile. As a fitness person, we make mistakes, just like I said. I'm going to keep repeating it. We make mistakes. Nobody's walking into the gym perfect all the freaking time. Okay? None of us. You will get a lot of constructive criticism, especially if you show your videos online, okay? And you allow comments to be enabled. I see it all the time on Instagram with people who are powerlifting and doing Olympic lifts. I see a lot of comments that are constructive criticism. Yes, you get that hater every once in a while, but most people ignore those people or tell them to go fuck off. Excuse my language. But seriously, you have to just take it sometimes and just grow. We shouldn't hate on somebody who's doing a squat and telling us how to do it if we aren't doing it right. It's just a learning experience. So get your head out your butt and just take it for what it is. Fix your form and technique and stop lifting heavy to avoid doing so. Or you can just ignore me and do whatever the hell you want. And if you get injured, fine, cool, whatever. You'll deal with it, your bill. But seriously, I'm not saying form and technique is like, oh my gosh, I'm not like the editor of form and technique, but I just want people to realize that not everything can be done and not have nobody think nothing different of it. People are going to judge. That's part of life, okay? People are going to judge. Not everybody who gives you constructive criticism is giving you the right constructive criticism. Some people, you kind of have to judge it, okay? You have to judge it to make sure it actually makes sense and to make sure it really applies to what the hell you're doing. But we all, assuming most of us went to school, got the same certification, got everything done, we all have still different outlooks and opinions. How I do my workouts doesn't mean you're doing the same thing or the same way. But we pretty much should have the same base form and technique for these exercises. And that's it. Sorry for such a long video, but goodness gracious. I just wanted to point out, people are so fragile in our field. I swear. And even people out of our field, good for, somebody just working out at the gym. It's like, you come in and you think you know everything, and then somebody, tries to help you out, and then you want to get crazy. Like, oh my gosh, don't you be helping me. I know what I'm doing. I've been doing this for 10 years. It's like, okay, anyways. But I just want to let you guys know, take constructive criticism. Do not be fragile. Okay? Don't be fragile when people are trying to help you. Just take the help. Say thank you. Move on. If you don't want to listen to them, then do what the hell you want. That's your life, your choice, your mind, your brain, your body. Okay? Got it? Got it? Good. Subscribe to me. Tomorrow is Topic Tuesday. I don't know what we're going to talk about, but you'll see. Hopefully it's something amazing. Outside of that, subscribe, follow me on social media. I love you guys. Happy Halloween, happy Monday, happy Motivation Monday, and don't be fragile. Thank you.